Well, just got off of work and got home at about 12:30 a.m. And now I'm gonna watch some videos on TikTok. And tonight's topic, people living in storage units. Not just living in storage units, but also being creative with storage units. Some of these people are not only living, but also operating a business out of their storage unit. And before I say anything else, let's begin.
If you've been dreaming of opening that business, you should start the process. Don't try to figure out how to make the business make $1 million. Just start the process. See, if you make one step, he'll make two, but he can't make his two unless you make your one. So you got to start. Fill out the application. Go get the patent. Send in the paperwork. Get your federal ID number. Do something, man. Start creating the website.
Okay. So, yeah, she has a full art studio in the storage unit. She's not living in her storage unit, but this is one of the creative minds that are opening up a creator studio. That's right. Instead of just laying in your bed recording a video, sitting on your laptop in your one-bedroom apartment, she's using a storage unit. Okay, perhaps the apartment is noisy, perhaps it's in a loud city, maybe she lives with her family, maybe the neighbors are nosy or loud. Who knows?
This is low-key crazy. So this dude is getting arrested for living out of this storage unit for 2+ years after his friend snitched on him. Just wait till you see this place. Now I feel he low-key has a solution to homelessness. And he's quite the decorator. We're going to get into all the little details here. But just the fact that he was living here for 2 years and nobody had any idea tells us that small units like this could be a solution. I mean, which would you rather have it? In small units like this, or you have them on the streets? Now, taking a deeper look, bro was low-key cooking. He's got a little microwave oven in there. I don't know what these are exactly, but it looks like something that you can use for working out. Don't know why he's got so many of them, though. And he doesn't have a laundry unit, so obviously his dirty clothes are gonna pile up. He's got a little speaker system and a gaming chair. I wonder if he's got a PS5 in there somewhere. But what do you guys think? Should they have arrested him, or should they have just kicked him out? Personally, I'd rather have him living out of here than right on the street. But what do you think?
Okay, so we got a case of worst case scenario. Guy was living in a storage unit for quite some time, as you can tell in the video. And not only was he living, but he was also, I don't really want to say vandalizing, but did you see all the spray paint on the walls? This guy had the entire art studio set up, but I don't know, they probably found out he was living in there by just smelling the spray paint from outside the building and then looking in the unit, or maybe they were listening for him. Perhaps he was cooking some eggs and they could smell the breakfast coming from the storage unit, but this guy had the entire setup. I like how it says, I wonder if he had a PS5 in there. Probably, right? You can't put anything past anybody. He had workout equipment. He had that's an entire setup. And unfortunately, the cops arrested him. So it's not just a case of getting evicted with a little bit of paperwork, but just full-blown cops kicking down the storage unit door and taking you to jail. Yeah, don't want to see anybody go to jail, especially if you're facing tough times. But this guy, I mean, come on, he could have been a little bit more low-key, right?
You got somebody, yeah. We ain't closing the night when you finish. You say you love and pay me a visit. Listen to me, baby. Listen to me, baby. Listen to me, baby. After every shit, something about tonight. We in the time. Who's out there? Somebody. We in the God. My name is Angel.
Speaking of drawing attention, now I'm not trying to hate on this guy. That was a really cool 007 James Bond CIA office type creator studio slash one bedroom apartment. That was a cool setup. Did you see the way that desk raises and lowers? Like, I want to get a desk like that, okay? Maybe I can get out of this bed sometime. But this guy had a subwoofer in a storage unit. That might draw attention, okay? But perhaps not. Perhaps it's okay to just simply listen to your music in the storage unit. I guess so, right? But it didn't look like he was really worried about being caught. He looked like he had a few bucks, right? He put that nice place together. It was probably several thousands of dollars in technology in that storage unit. Nice setup, nice little, who knows if it's a music studio, just a place to chill and kick it. But yeah, that was a pretty cool setup. And a little bit of backstory about me. A few years ago, I was living out of my car camping, traveling the country, and I landed in California, and I spent some time out there and actually became a resident for a short time. And as a side business, I became a notary. So basically just signing documents, helping people notarize documents. And I didn't have a place to live, okay? So what I did was I had my printer. I went and bought a printer. That's right, I was very ambitious, sort of like these people. I went and bought a printer. I had a portable power box, and I put those in the storage unit. I rented a storage unit for $75 a month, and first month was free. And I kept my printer and my power box in there. And when I needed to print some docs, because that was part of my job, sometimes I have to print some documents. And I just went there and printed some docs. I would go in there and I would look around. I never asked them. I never wanted to draw attention. So I didn't straight up ask anybody, hey, do you mind if I print some documents and run a little office business out of the storage unit? I just figured I would keep to myself. And, I worked for a couple months. I was in there printing documents, and I was a little bit nervous because it was a little bit loud with the documents and everything. And people would walk past, and I just kind of close the door or put a blanket over or just stop printing documents just to not draw too much attention. But never got caught, never faced any consequences. And, long story short, that didn't really work out for too long for me. So let's see what this lady has going on in her storage unit.
Come with me as I hide from my family in my storage units. So recently I downsized from a 6,000 square foot, 6-bedroom, 7-bathroom mini mansion into a tiny 2-bedroom high-rise apartment, and it started to feel cluttered. So I got me a secret storage unit where I hide all of my good items like my favorite Garfield socks and my smell good lotions and my wine. $2 Chuck from Trader Joe's. And I go here whenever I need some peace, which is basically every other day. And I hang out and I don't tell my family about it because Mama needs a clubhouse. And you know what else Mama needs? Some wine.
So it looks like she's got a little chill spot. She's not living in there. She's not really running a business out of there, but she is sipping the bottles in there. And that's a nice little chill spot. She said she had her family at home and sometimes she needs to get away, right? Get some peace and quiet. And that's exactly what that place looked like, a room away from a room, or a home away from home, if you will. And little Pinot Grigio never hurt anybody. Let's see what this other one has going on.
My storage unit was super dark, so what I decided to do is go to Walmart and get these 2 shop lights for $20 each. I also went ahead and grabbed some duct tape because for any extra wire, I wanted to tape it to the wall so you can't just see it. I had this outlet above my storage unit, so that worked out perfectly. I simply tied these down with zip ties and plugged them in, and then bam, I had light inside of my storage unit. If you got any questions, leave your comments down below.
Okay, so she got a unit and it was dark. So she went to Walmart, bought some LED lights, problem solved, right? And it's a good thing that she had that electrical outlet there because, the storage unit that I rented, I had to have a portable power box because there was no outlets, right? Some people run extension cords, some people have an outlet or a light fixture. I didn't have any of that. It was an indoor climate controlled unit, but unfortunately, no outlets or anything. I was just kind of using the light from the hallway and using my portable box. But she went and put some light in her storage unit, and you see that one looked a little nice little setup. I wonder what she's doing out of there, though. She didn't really disclose any of that information.
I live in the storage unit because it's cheap in comparison to an apartment. Living here is actually really comfortable. I get a lot of things that I need and want to get done here. I can exercise. I can use the bathroom. I can play music anywhere in the unit. It's climate controlled in here, so it's nice and warm. This unit is 24 hours, so I can come here anytime I want, stay here as long as I need to. We can take naps if we need to and go to sleep. So this is our living space. Very, very grateful to have this space. The next goal is to get an RV. The next goal after that, tiny home. And if we want to eat, I just cook right out front. Or we'll just prepare something cold inside of the unit. Sandwiches, a lot of times we make salad. If we want to get power, we use our power bank. They also have power here so we can charge our power bank. Me and my baby will live here as long as we need to until we get the shelter that we want. Because we're living here, now we can save up more money to get what we really want. We're in it for the long haul. Thank you for the support. Thanks for watching.
So he's got his old lady sleeping on the couch, taking a nap in the storage unit while he's cooking eggs. He's got the portable power box. Like I'd mentioned, I had one of those. He's got a nice little setup with the portable power box. And not only does he have the portable power box, but his storage unit is 24 hours and it's indoor and climate controlled. That's about as best as you can get as far as storage units goes. Yeah, climate controlled. He's got the power outlet. It looks like it was down the hall, so he has to charge his box and maybe go back and forth and try to be sneaky about it. But 24-hour access, a bathroom, okay? You don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to use a bottle or a bucket or go outside to the restaurant or whatever grocery store. He's got the bathroom right down the hall. He's got everything he needs. But he has goals also. And, you know, we're in tough economic times, and a lot of people, they go to storage units as a last resort, but it looks like this guy, you know, he might be living life on the fringes a little bit, but he's also saving up for an RV or a tiny home, so that's pretty good. He has goals, and he's got a nice little setup, if I do say so myself.
Took a big risk on myself and got me a storage unit. Private access. Nice and clean space. Lock for privacy. Welcome to Fresh ENT Studios. I can't wait to create.
Okay, so there's another Fresh ENT, a little sound studio. He's got the sound deadening material on the walls. It looked like a couple extra sheets of drywall. He's got the green screen in there. And yeah, nice little setup in there. If nice little creator studio, right? Maybe making a Steven Spielberg or something. All right, what's this one? Yeah, that's a little bit concerning. This guy, we were living in the storage unit, but we all got kicked out. That's very unfortunate. That's all there is as far as that video goes. So there's no context or what happened, or does the baby have a crib, or is the baby screaming all night and day inside the storage unit? Is it real? I don't know. I don't want to doubt this guy right here, but you know, that's a tragic situation to have no family, no friends, no options, and have a baby living with you, your girlfriend, your baby inside of a storage unit. You know, that's rough. And you better pray that baby doesn't get too loud if you have to take your baby to a storage unit. My, what times we're living in, right, folks?
We were living in a storage unit and got kicked out because it got so popular. Everyone was talking about it. It was even on the news.
Wow, speechless.
We lived in a U-Haul after we got kicked out of the storage unit. We used that same U-Haul to set up our new homeless spot next to the shopping mall. There were no private property signs, but someone owned this land and kicked us off. So then we moved into a hotel, and then we got evicted from that, and we're homeless again. This is our second time being homeless. We know how to survive, And we're going to stay out here until we save up enough money to where we pay off all our debt and get a tiny home. We got to raise our credit really high. So it's not just about money. It takes...
Okay, so that's the same guy, and it looks like this video was recorded after his first video. You know, you heard him, right? He put his business out there on YouTube. He showed everybody his storage unit. He was bragging about it, and he got caught, and he got evicted. And, you know, if by the time I record and upload this video of me talking about storage units, it's already a done deal. It's no secret, okay? Everybody knows about it. But this guy went from storage unit to U-Haul van, to tent, to parking lots, okay? It looks like his tent was like in the woods behind a parking lot, and even got evicted from a hotel. You know, I'm curious, how do you get evicted from the hotel? Were you too loud? Did you stay there for too long? But yeah, I hope this guy I really hope he gets his RV or his tiny home like he wants. But that's another thing, you know, when you're doing something low key, you try to keep it low key. You don't want attention drawn to you. You don't want to be bragging and frying an omelet and, you know, whatever, right? In these storage units. Perhaps it's okay to listen to some music or print some documents, right? But full-blown living is taking a big risk. But it looks like these U-Haul vans is a good idea too. If anybody has to rent a U-Haul van, 20 bucks a day for these U-Haul vans, and you can just park it at Walmart or hotel parking lot and, you know, have at it, right? You have to pay for gas and mileage, but if you're not going anywhere, you're just heating it up. It's not a bad idea to put a little air mattress in there or something.
Yo, you good in there? Yeah, I'm just moving things around. What you mean moving things around? Yo, can't be sleeping in here, bro. It's a storage facility.
Bro, you're disturbing my workplace.
Nah, bro, you can't sleep here, bro.
That's about the worst that can happen. Aside from the first video we seen where the guy got arrested by the cops. This video, it's a little bit questionable, right? But it's still funny. It's not really funny laughing at his situation, but it's funny to just how he opens the door and he's caught laying in the bed, you know, because we've all been caught doing something that we weren't supposed to be doing, right? And I just try to imagine myself printing docs and somebody walking past and saying, hey, what are you doing? This guy was laying in his little cot in there and looks like he was trying to take a nap or whatever between shifts, perhaps. And, you know, he got caught red-handed. And, you know, it's an unfortunate situation. It's funny, but it's not at the same time. And let's see what the next one is.
Come with me as I put together the finishing touches on my content creator storage unit. I'm using a peel and stick wallpaper from Lowe's to give that cozy, homey vibe. I also got some white curtains on Amazon and added magnets to the back so they stay up perfectly. I picked up a rug and a mirror from HomeSense, and I also set up a power station so I can easily plug in my ring light. I'm seriously so in love with this space.
Okay, so she's putting up wallpaper. Okay, she's got the nice little dressing mirror, the tall mirror in there so she can get dressed, maybe do some yoga stretches. Putting up wallpaper in the unit. Looks like she's got a creator studio set up as well. I don't think she's living there, but another studio setup, if you will. And we're going to go on to the last video here. Let's see what this is.
Okay, welcome back to my storage unit. Yay! All right, let's close this one. Okay, there you go. There we go. All right. Sorry, it's a little bit of a mess over here. I've been packing for Christmas presents. Ooh, Janet Jackson's playing, and my favorite song. I love it. Yes. How you doing, Spice Girls? Good? Hey, girl. Okay, but you won't believe what I found today. Look at this. It is Little People, but Barbie. She was honestly just $10. So not bad. Not a bad thrift, honestly. I think they were going for this dream house. So because, see, it has that chair over there and it has that chair over here. So that's what I'm thinking. Not so much in the back. There's nothing much to see except for the batteries.
That doesn't look like a creator studio. It doesn't look like she's living in there, but it does look like a collector's paradise. She's got all the dollhouses in there, the collectibles, the figurines. Looks like she's rather excited about that too. Very passionate about her crafts, her collection. Looks like she's got the smart TV also in there. It's a nice little setup, a cool little setup, right? Little playroom. You go in there, you're tired from working all day, or maybe you want to escape, and you go here and you just play with toys and look at your collectibles and watch TV. That's a nice little setup. So yeah, looks like not only people are desperately living in these units, but they're also turning it into little side businesses, little creator studios, collector paradises, having a few drinks, frying some eggs, and hopefully not all of them get kicked out, and hopefully nobody else has to go to jail, right? And I hope that one guy gets his tiny house or his RV so he doesn't have to live in hotels or storage units. I know rent is expensive, but you know, he's probably built up a pretty good following on social media, seeing that he also made the news with his situation. So I hope the best for all these people. I hope their businesses succeed. I hope they get out of the storage units and get their apartments or their houses. And yeah, thanks for watching.